Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Mortgage Boss TV. My name is James J. I am happy to have with me today luxury realtor, Keller Williams Southwest Mona Parikh with Mona Knows Homes. How are you, Mona?
Hi, James. How are you? I'm doing
I,
wonderful.
I am doing well.
Good.
So I wanted to have you on. We've been trying to do this for a while. Um, I figure you have nowhere to go right now,
That's
so this might be a
right.
good
Yes,
time.
I am in place, ready to do this video and just talk to folks on social media today.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to get into that because you have a great social media strategy. I want you to talk a little bit about that, but I want to give people some context and kind of understand, how long you've been in the business and how you're navigating this new environment that all of us in real estate are in right now.
Mhm,
Because you're very creative, I know.
mhm.
So give people some context, like how long have you been in the business? And I know your father was actually in the business,
That's
right?
right. That's right. Yeah. So I've been in real estate for 5 years. I joined exactly 5 years ago, March 31st, 2015. I got into real estate actually through my dad. He's been in
Mhm.
residential real estate since 1983. He was a chemical engineer before and he got laid off. He started real estate in the 80s. When I was growing up, my dad would pick us up from school. But right after I got picked up from school by my dad, I would go visit like 3 or 4 different rental properties so he could get all the checks from his tenants. And
Right.
I thought it was kind of crazy. My dad was always working. And here I am today, and I'm doing the same thing. Prior to doing real estate, just so y'all know, I was in corporate HR for about 12 years. I have an undergraduate degree in finance from UT,
Right.
Longhorn, awesome Longhorn. And
Okay.
Rice Owl, got my MBA from Rice, and I graduated in 2002. And
Okay.
I actually focused on, I had a concentration in human resources. I was the only one at Rice who graduated with an MBA in HR out of 150 Rice MBAs. Everybody did marketing or finance. And I was like, I love people. I'm going to do HR because my undergraduate was in finance. And I actually worked at different companies before I got my MBA. One of which
Okay.
was Enron, I
Oh wow.
I realized right out of college I was in the Enron analyst program. Enron crashed in 2001, and I finished my MBA in 2002. So good timing for me to get out of Enron and get my
Right.
MBA. So I'm excited to be in real estate, and it's been a blessing.
Now, you said you chose HR while everybody else chose marketing. Was it just because you enjoyed the people portion of it? Now, because actually, the funny thing is, like, I have a master's in HR as well.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
so,
That's how we
uh,
get along, James.
it is so much similar to why you chose it. I mean, I'm a people person as well, and love. Now, I will say this, and I don't know what your experience was. I worked in HR for a while as well, not for long as you did.
Right, right.
It was not exactly what I thought it was. At least,
A lot of issues you got to deal with. A lot of
yeah, exactly.
issues. Yeah, I did
Right.
a lot of employee relations, recruiting,
Yes.
benefits, compensation, and the challenge actually I had in real estate. I mean, in HR, and why
Uh-huh.
I made the shift to real estate was HR is a support role. And so after
Right.
my
Right.
MBA, I was excited. I was ready to go work. I started at Shell Oil Company. 3 or 4 years later, I was impacted by a layoff, and then I kept going from one oil and gas company to another because that's where corporate HR was kind of happening. And then unfortunately, in 12 years, I got laid off 5 times. And so the fifth time I got
Wow.
laid off, my dad said, Mona, this is it. I think you need to consider real estate. I will help you, mentor you.
Yeah.
And so actually in 2009, when I got laid off from Dynegy, I got my real estate license. So I've had my license for 11 years
Okay.
and I've worked with my dad on and off here and there. And I officially started real estate in 2015. And that's when I did HR more part-time and got into the business.
Now, your dad, how long was he at that point when I guess when you were just getting in? Was he with another brokerage or was he on his own?
So my dad's been a broker.
Okay.
He's a mom and pop shop. He's a one-person shop, and so he's actually had his broker's license for several years and
Okay.
started real estate. Funny, me and my dad laugh about it. my dad started real estate the exact year, the exact age that I was when I started real estate. So
Okay.
real estate when he was 39 years old. I started real estate when I was 39 years old. So it's kind of a
Okay.
weird thing. And so, yeah, so he's had a broker's license. He's like, he's alive, kicking, 75, 76 years old right now. He has a lot of rental properties. I'm
Yeah.
actually helping him sell some of his rentals. And he's pretty much just kind of retiring on autopilot. And, I'm getting a lot of good listings from him at
Right.
California. So it's been a good thing.
Yeah. That's interesting. So what, I guess, or not what, but how are you navigating it? So where I was seeing some very uncharted territory for everybody, not just real estate, the whole world essentially at this point.
Yeah.
I want you to talk about some of the things that you guys are doing for your listings, some of the things that how you're navigating with showing buyers, for example, because clearly it's very different right now. The environment's very different to say the least. So what are you guys doing? Because I've talked to a few realtors, like, what are you guys doing to be able to still market your listing? Because I know you're a great marketer. So give me a little bit of information, like, what are you guys doing? And then maybe some advice for people that are either still looking to sell, maybe they need to talk to you because they're thinking about it, or they're not sure whether they should sell right now. Because I tell people all the time, the market's still moving. Like, we're not
still moving. Yeah, exactly. So just how we're navigating. So folks that are actually selling their home, obviously now, if someone's thinking about, hey, Mona, should I sell now? Should I wait? If you are motivated to sell for whatever reason, you've got to downsize due to financial reasons, you have a job relocation due to work, maybe you're going through a life status change, a birth, marriage, divorce, you need to move immediately. If you have to move closer to your family and you need to sell your home, those that are motivated, we are still selling properties. Right now, I actually have a couple of listings in the market. I'm putting 2 listings in the market tomorrow. And so I'm still moving and operating business as normal for those that are motivated. Now, seller listings, in terms of the big picture strategy, and then I'll talk about marketing, we are making sure as a seller listing, if we go ahead and put your home in the market, you are taking COVID precautions. We've got sanitizer at the front of the door, soap and water. And the most important thing I'm doing right now for all of my sellers is I'm making sure that in addition to the professional pictures I take, every single one of my listings has a virtual tour. So I'm a little extra money because right now people are online shopping for homes before they even step in the property. We actually had one of my listings where they actually called me and said, hey, the client's super interested. We're going to go in. It's a vacant home. And they did a FaceTime with their whole family. And I may be getting an offer on that house soon. But I mean, they actually had the virtual tour a couple of times. They're like, Mona, your virtual tour is awesome. The agent called me and said, hey, I'm going to take do a little tour for my clients, and we'll probably be putting an offer soon. So virtual tours is the way to go right now with listings. And every time we get a listing, we're doing our best to promote it all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. Just to promote the listing. And virtual open houses are very important. This weekend, our team is doing 2 virtual open houses. And so we're actually projecting it on Facebook Live. We're pre-announcing it, doing an event invite, and we're inviting all of the people we think may be interested in coming. And then we're going to go into the house, do a live tour, and have people ask us questions. So we are excited to do this technology. I mean, we haven't done any open houses on our listings the past 2 or 3 weeks. So this will be our first time that we are doing the virtual open houses. So marketing is everywhere. We send emails, we do just listed flyers, we do things on social media. So that's specific to the sellers. And then once you guys are done, if you guys have any questions, let me know, and then we'll talk about buyers.
Your social. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Mona.
I was going to say anything else on sellers. Otherwise, I can flip the coin and talk about.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, move on. So, what are you guys doing on the buy side? Because your social media presence, we're going to talk a little bit more about. I'm going to show people because your social media presence is awesome, and you're very consistent. Which that is, to me, I do a lot of social media stuff. That is the key. You got to do it over. You're very consistent.
Consistent. So, just real quick on the buyer side, actually, people are. All across our office, we've been talking. it is more of a buyer's market now.
Yes,
And we are
absolutely.
getting a lot of buyers now. So it actually works out good for James because a lot
Yeah,
of our buyers that are looking to buy, we're going to be giving
absolutely.
them some good referrals. The interest rates are low right
They
now.
are. Yeah,
And so it's a great time to buy. Now, the thing is with buying, it's actually a really good time because as a real estate agent, we can get you an awesome deal because
yeah,
those sellers that are motivated and the home has been in the market for a while. So days on the market, we're monitoring.
yeah,
And if the seller's like, hey, I just need a good deal, as a buyer's agent, I can come in, look at the comps, make an awesome negotiation, and make a
yeah,
good deal. The only thing is, I think, James, you can speak more to it. On the buy side, the lenders are probably a little bit backed up with COVID. So I'm not sure if the closing days is still, 21 days or less, or is it now 30 to 35? However, buyers are still closing and we're still putting offers on homes.
Now, have you seen any issues, speaking of closing time? So, because you're gonna be more, you're gonna be more on the dealing with inspectors, for example.
Right.
How has that process gone for you? Have you had any inspectors with any issues, going accessing property at this last month or so?
Well, I mean, I think there's not too many concerns. However, most people right now are preferring vacant showings.
Okay, yeah,
Obviously, I
yeah,
mean, if the inspector can go in an occupied home, however,
sure,
before anybody goes into any occupied home, whether I have a buyer that I'm showing, and I'm sitting in my car, opening the door for the buyer's walking in, and
yeah,
then after the showing, they're leaving, I'm locking it up and calling me. Before I put myself or any buyer in anyone's property, I am calling the listing agent to ask them, has this home currently occupied? I just want to confirm.
right,
And if it has the sellers traveled anywhere recently in the past 2 months? And number three, is anyone in the seller's family sick right
yeah,
now or has been, kind of dealing with COVID?
yeah,
And I know it sounds like, why are you asking this? However, safety is critical right now. And although real estate is an essential part of our business,
yeah,
we have to ensure that we as realtors are safe and we are ensuring that our buyers are safe. So
yeah.
every single person, whether it's a seller or a buyer, our team is asking those questions. So
Yeah, that's
yeah.
awesome. I mean, I mean, listen, at this point, you can't be too careful. Like if it hasn't hit, I think it took a few weeks, at least for me, to really grasp. Okay, this is not a movie. I
Yeah,
mean,
this
because
is for
the
real.
first few weeks, it's like I'm just sitting there almost numb. Like I cannot believe this is going on right now. And then you start to just kind of catches and keeps going. And here we are over a month now into this.
I
Uh,
know.
and possibly we're going to be in the same situation for another month. So, we all have to get creative. I know for you guys, your marketing is you're already, so you're unlike a lot of realtors because I know you already do social media, you're already doing videos, you're already out there. So for you to pivot, you can just put more fire to or more gas on the fire that you already
Mhm.
had for your social media presence. So one of the things that you are still doing, and I want to talk about this, is your mindset with Mona.
Right,
So
right.
this is your
Mhm.
Facebook Live, and you do that every Monday, correct?
That's right. Yeah, I am working very hard to be consistent on the
Yes.
time. It is every Monday. 90% of the time, it's Mondays at 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
just depending on my work schedule. So, the purpose of that mindset with Mona, obviously, you guys know I'm constantly doing videos on real estate.
Yes.
That's the market hustle, which we're going to be talking about, and just tips about the real estate market. So,
Yeah.
I came up with this idea in November of last year because I started seeing some people posting on Instagram and I got kind of really caught up and excited when I saw this Monday motivational concept and they put
Right.
a picture and like a little quote. And I was like, oh, wow, that's awesome. It's like, I want to do that. And I
Yeah.
didn't want to really copy the concept of everybody else. So I thought, well, why not go live and just come up with some topics and quotes and have some sincerity to it and
Yeah.
share a little bit about my life. And I've gotten a great response. And especially now during COVID where families are home, some people, the mindset, obviously, and I go through it too. Some days
Yes.
we are sad. We're missing our friends. We're missing being at work. We're missing our family members. We can't hug. We can't
Yeah.
do a lot of things with the social distancing. So for me, the mindset is really important
Yes.
for myself, and it's helpful for me to give back to others that
Yes.
maybe are in a lower mindset that day or maybe feeling a little sad. My goal in that is to lift people up and realize that you can overcome obstacles and still be positive and
Yep.
move forward every day. So that's, I've been keeping that up, and that's been going on since November, and I think I've gotten some good response from folks.
Yeah, it's because I watch you, and
Oh.
I'm like, that's good, Mona. Like I watch you, and um, keeping in line with the mindset thing. One of the things that you and I have in common is our working out. All right, and so I want to talk about this because it's challenging for us because we both go to the gym. We
That's
used to
right.
all
Right,
the
right.
time.
We're gym
Um,
buffs here, so.
yeah, and now we've been stripped of that. And it's funny how all the things that you don't really think about until now you can't do it.
I know. It's like your handicap. Where is that?
Oh
Where's the
gosh.
treadmill? Where's the stairmaster?
Yeah, it is. And so I know you've again, this is one of the things you've kind of pivoted because
Sure.
you're still getting your workout in.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then your trainer, and we found out that you and I had the same trainer.
Mhm.
Shout out to David. David got to
David's
send
lovely.
David.
I actually texted him. I was like, David, watch me and James. We're going on.
Yeah, so David's actually been working out my entire family for the last two
That's what
weeks.
he told me. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
So it keeps me accountable, and my
Yeah,
my my wife, because my wife is a workoutaholic, just like I am, just like you are. So,
that's
but how
great.
does that help you with? Because I know how it helps me. I mean, we're in a very stressful business, so
Right.
for me, the working out is just it's a release. It's endorphins for me.
Right.
So I like to work out in the morning. I know you do too.
I do too. Yeah.
So
We're both morning people. So yeah,
yes,
for me, it really just sets my mind,
yeah,
kind of motivated, ready to go. So usually, I'm just a morning person. People think I'm
yeah,
crazy. I usually wake up at 4:30 or 5 every single day.
yeah,
Even if
yeah,
my body wants to sleep in, it can't. But I'm really good about getting to bed by 9:30 or 10. So when I wake up in the morning, just have a cup of tea, kind of get the energy flowing,
yeah,
my gym clothes on, stretch, and then I'm hitting it hard about 90 minutes to, sometimes I go about 2 hours, but usually a good hour and a half workout. I got
yeah.
warm up, usually a mile or two run, get in the boot camp. David does train us at the park with social
Yes,
distancing, and I have another trainer at the gym. So I kind of do David's class 3 days a week, and then the other class 3 days a week. And then
right.
I'm on my own 1 day a week doing yoga. And we do have social distancing.
Yeah,
We're literally 12 to 15 feet apart in a parking lot. And so for me, doing 300 jump squats and 100 biceps and 150 burpees, shoulder press, or whatever it is, I mean, it
right.
sounds ridiculous. However,
Yeah,
it keeps my blood flowing, my mind fresh,
yes,
and I feel like in order to overcome challenges, and especially through COVID, you're getting
yes,
cooped up in this house, you've got to do something for yourself,
yes,
and that's critical to maintain your sanity,
yeah,
and your just work-life balance. So whatever that is, I know some people like to meditate in the morning.
hmm,
Some people like to run. Some people go after work to work out. But whatever it is, to really clear your mind and
yeah,
kind of get yourself going every day is critical, because it
yeah.
is very easy right now to kind of get in this mental negative energy, and
So
really
easy.
to kind of get successful and get moving, even though everyone's business is slightly slower.
Yes,
In real estate, I kind of work out, get ready. I come to the office here and there. I have my own office. The whole building is closed.
right.
For the leadership team, I do have my own office and like a little code. So I come in just to clear my mindset, work a couple of hours, wash my hands constantly, and then go home and enjoy my family and cook and things like that. So you've
Yeah,
got to come up with a routine and a schedule. And
yeah,
that mindset, for me, the one that I record, that's based on just positive energy that I want
yeah.
to give out to others. So
And now, are you still maintaining? Because this is something I want to ask you. Are you still maintaining that similar schedule, even though obviously you're not? Are you still getting up early?
oh yeah, yeah. I
You-
thought you were going to ask me if I was maintaining my weight. That's what I was like.
I would never do that, Mona. I
Ask
am not quite that dumb. My wife would kill me for asking you
I
that.
know. No, I'm actually pretty consistent. I don't think I've actually put on maybe just like half a pound.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think I just because of the constant working out. But yes, I am maintaining the same schedule. The
Okay.
only thing that's slightly different for me is I usually am in the office right
Yeah.
at about 9:30.
Yeah.
Now it's actually, honestly, it's taking me a little longer. I do a lot of my phone calls and lead generation at home in the
Right.
morning, and I
Right.
try to get to the office a little bit later just because of the COVID, and I want to
For
do
sure.
working from home. But usually I'm in the office at a decent time, maybe, 11 o'clock or so, and then just kind of hit it hard here, crank out my work. And then when I go home, I'm not working,
Which
which
is
is
awesome. Yeah.
great. Uh, Before COVID, I would go home and work.
Yeah.
Now it's just work is work, couple of hours, and then I'm just with my family, enjoying the outdoors and
Yeah.
just keeping sane.
Yeah. I got to get better with that. So
Yeah,
I want you to give, because I mean, you mentioned earlier. We're going to step back for a second here, because I want your perspective on this, because you were laid off. You said
yeah,
5 times before you got into real estate. So obviously working out is something that helps you tremendously now. For people that are going through this now, any advice other than, obviously trying to take care of yourself, which is the physical part of it, which is huge. Even if that just means, I tell people, go walk, go take a walk,
right. Do
get
something small.
outdoors.
Yeah,
There is something, and it's not just a theory, like it's some scientific, something about being outdoors that just makes people feel better.
mm,
So for people that are, obviously there's a lot of people that are furloughed right now,
yes, yes,
and may not get their job back. There are people that have just flat out been laid off, period.
right.
Um, you've been through this years ago, as far as being laid off several times. Anything that you could, uh, any advice for people that are going through that right now, that you could
I mean,
help you
I
through
think
that?
getting laid off is, I mean, it's definitely emotional,
Yeah.
mind draining, because you kind of wake up and you're like, okay, what do I go to?
Yeah.
However, what I would encourage people during this time is to kind of figure out what your passion is, because
Mhm.
maybe whatever discipline you were in,
Yeah.
it's not something that you want to continue going forward.
Yeah.
And even if it is, you love that job and you love that discipline,
Yeah.
maybe now is the time to get your resume together, start networking with people, and just saying, hey, look, I know it's COVID. However, I am a lawyer and I am looking for work. Who do you know I can talk to? Freshen up your resume. Networking is the best way to land your next opportunity. And
Yeah.
at the same time, it's getting the body moving every day, just to kind
Yes.
of have that breath of fresh air and that positive mindset. You've got to get out of the house. I mean, I know there's times when I used to get laid off, when I got laid off, and I'd wake up the next day and I'm like, oh, I don't have to do anything. Let me just sleep another 3 hours.
Yes.
It's more
Yeah.
you're sleeping because you're in that negative mindset.
Yeah.
So you've got to get your body up and moving to
Yeah.
get yourself going. And, even if you have a couple of things that you want to do hobby wise, now's the time to do that. In
Yes.
addition to figuring out what's your next path. Do you want to do something different? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you want to start your own business? Do you want to
Yeah.
partner with one of your friends that has their own business? Do you want to go back into corporate? You've got to figure it out for yourself and talk to as many people as you can.
Yeah. I mean, this is a time right now where, a lot of people are going to be making changes,
Yeah.
that maybe, realize, okay, this so-called secure job, right? You have your own business. Essentially, I'm in business for myself too. We're commission sales.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're by the commission. So if we're not working, I mean, we're not making.
Right. That's just the nature of what we do.
Right.
So,
Right.
but for some people, they're gonna go and make that jump now, because it's kind of, in some cases, it's a good thing. And for some people, I was just listening to something the other day, and they were saying a lot of great businesses are born out of times like this.
Right.
A ton of them. So it's not all negative, but that goes back to the mindset, right?
Right.
What do you want to just sit around and be mad that, you got furloughed, or you can't work, you want to work. We all want to work,
Right.
but it's the mindset thing. And how do you want to approach it? Because we're all in the same situation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Everyone's
other
business
than-
is slow from what I hear right now, besides the doctors and
right, exactly.
their heart, everyone in the health sciences profession that's
Yes,
currently working. I mean, we appreciate everything you do right now, because
absolutely.
it's extremely busy for you, and you've got to take the precautionary methods. But
Yeah.
restaurants are down, oil and gas companies are down, business owners are down, banks, financial institutions, a lot of people are working from home, not working. So, I mean, a lot of, the gyms are closed, those workers, restaurant workers. I mean, a lot of people are currently not employed. So it has been very, very challenging for folks. And,
For sure.
it's just really figuring out what you want to do, talking to folks. And right now, even in real estate, it's interesting because I'm not as busy as I normally am.
Yeah.
However, what I am doing to just kind of just talk to my clients, talk to my friends, my clients. I feel like during the busy time, we're constantly on the go. And
Yeah,
the
for
other
sure.
day, it's just, catching up with people and making that human contact
Yeah.
and actually having a conversation, I think can help your spirits come up. Like yesterday was one of my good friend's birthdays. I hadn't talked to her in a long time. I just called her up, said, "Happy birthday. How are you?" We ended up talking for 20 or 30 minutes, and I haven't laughed that much in so long. It felt
Yeah.
so good to have a conversation with one of my close friends on her birthday. So I encourage all of you guys, don't like go in isolation and kind of curl up in your bed and not really see people.
Yeah.
In our business, we do a lot of things on Zoom call. I'm constantly calling my friends. I know my son is, on FaceTime with his grandma every day. Whatever it takes to kind of get your kind of making you in that happy space.
Yeah.
Call your friends, call your family, call clients, see how people are doing, check in on people, because
Yes.
it's the human touch right now that people are craving and they're wanting, even if it's just a quick FaceTime.
I agree.
9 times out of 10, before you may have tried to FaceTime one of your friends and they wouldn't pick up because they may have been on the road or taking their kids to ballet or football or soccer. Nobody's taking anyone anywhere. So
Yeah,
if you're
that's
FaceTime
right.
friends, 9 times out of 10, they're going to pick up and they're going to want to see you. And even if it's not a FaceTime, just calling them on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big perspective change. I was just reading a book yesterday called Untrapped.
Mhm.
Brian Carruthers, this guy's he's pretty awesome. He used to actually be in real estate a while ago, but anyway, the book is talking about times like what we're dealing with right now, and really just kind of asking yourself questions. Okay, what do I really want to do? Because
Right.
again, there's so much time to reflect right now.
Mhm.
If you're not working or doing, you're not able to perform your job right now. It's just asking questions like, is this really what I love? Because
Right.
listen, we don't know. Tomorrow's not promised. We don't know.
Mhm.
And honestly, it was an eye opener for me. Just some things that I need to just start asking better questions to myself.
Right.
I love this book, Untrapped. I'm plugging it.
I'm gonna write that
Um,
down.
it's great.
Yeah.
Brian Carruthers. It's about really finding what is it you really want to do. And if you're going to the job that you just want to, you have that job just simply just to pay bills. I mean, and people do this, they do it for years and years and years. And I understand to some extent, but anyway, the kind of and he's not talking about untrapped as far as economically speaking. He's just talking about doing what you really love to do.
Right.
But I bring that up only because this is a time right now where people have so much time on their hands
Right.
to reflect.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's been a perspective changer for me. And we were talking briefly before we got on it, the things that when you can't do them, um, it's like, man, when we get released back to the wild again, Mona,
It's gonna
oh, it's going to be
down.
insane.
No, I know
Um,
everyone's getting cooped up in the house.
oh
So
my gosh.
what do you do with that extra time?
Yeah, it literally, it's going to be so crazy when
Yeah.
they so-called release us to go back to some normalcy. But
Yeah.
and for us, I think it's going to be great. I do a ton of reading.
Yeah.
I watch the markets. I see all the experts. I listen, and so for us, when people are back to somewhat normalcy, I think it's going to be great for us in the business.
It's gonna definitely pick. A lot of things are on hold right now.
Yes, absolutely.
We're off this lockdown. I think a lot of people, our phones are going to be ringing more. We're going to have
Yeah.
more touch points with folks. And in the meantime, I think just kind of keep at it every day, do something to keep your mindset going. And at the same time, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family. Now's the time to really catch up with folks in a meaningful way and explore any hobbies that you guys have. A couple of friends have been texting me. We've been doing a lot of cooking. So we've been exchanging recipes and gardening and people taking selfies every day, So,
Yeah.
just whatever it does to, kind of keep you motivated. So,
Yeah, I mean, this is good. Well, hopefully sooner than later, we'll all look back and just shake our heads like, do you remember
I
when we
know.
were all on lockdown, like how crazy it was? But I am craving normalcy. I swear, it's like
I
I
know.
drive by the gym
Just to see
just
it.
to see it, man. I do. I would just drive past and just shake my head like I
I
cannot
know.
believe this
I know.
parking lot is completely empty. So, I'm missing my gym family. I really am. I'm just everything at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so What can people do? What's the best way? I'm going to bring up
Good.
your website. What's the best way for people to reach out to you? Do you have any? I'm gonna bring this up real quick so people
Yeah,
can.
yeah, no worries. So my main website is Mona Knows Home. So
Yeah.
that's my brand, Mona Knows Home. So if y'all have any questions, you can actually go to the website, monaknowshomes.com, or you can call or text me directly on my cell phone. And that's at the bottom of the screen. It's 832-656-9825. You can also join me on Instagram at Mona Knows Homes. I am also on Facebook. You can just put Mona Parikh and just say that you heard us on the call with James. And as long as we've got some good connections, I'll be willing to go ahead and accept you. I have a Facebook website too for my business, Mona Parikh Keller Williams. And I'm also on LinkedIn, Mona Parikh. So would be happy to help you guys. Even if you have just any questions, you're not thinking about selling right now, maybe a year from now, you're thinking about buying, maybe you've got some credit questions. I can hook you up with a credit repair person, or we can get you over to James to get you pre-approved. But any kind of basic questions that you have about the industry, the market. I know a couple of people, one or two of my clients actually just reached out to me because they're going through some, they just got laid off. And so we're having to kind of talk through things and seeing, okay, does it make sense to sell their current home? You know, what different scenarios that we can do to help them manage the finances right now with one party of the family getting laid off. So any questions y'all have, please reach out to me. I'm here to help you. And then obviously, please continue to watch on social media. Every Monday, Mindset with Mona on Facebook. I have the Market Hustle every Wednesday that goes out. That's a tip about real estate. And I have a YouTube channel called Mona Knows Home. So feel free to check me out. Really appreciate your time, James, for featuring me today.
Thank you, Mona. I appreciate you. And yeah, guys, reach out to Mona. You are your motivation. And I know it's mindset, but it's essentially if you watch and you need to watch. So it's
Right.
Mondays, and then you've got your Wednesday tip. I always try and tune in and chime in and watch you. So I appreciate it because at this point, there's not enough.
Right.
You can't have enough positivity. Somebody trying to pour
Yeah, I
something
need it every
positive
single
into you.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to tell people stop watching CNN all day. I know you got to have a little bit of information, but if you sit there and watch it all day long, like
It's just
how
too
you just
much.
pouring that into your mind all day, I don't know how you could be positive watching this all day long.
Right,
And there
right.
are people that do it like all day. They just sit around and watch CNN.
Yeah, yeah. Just take a little
So
bit of it and then, get your body going, get the motivation going and figure out what your passion is if you've
yeah,
gotten impacted by downsizing.
absolutely. So yes, guys, make sure you go reach out to Mona. MonaKnowsHomes.com is the website. Mona has a great team, and I appreciate your time, Mona. We're gonna do this again. Hopefully, we'll be out of this situation sooner, and we can get back to normal because I know how much you are a people person. You love to interact.
You.
You love to hang out. You love to. I know, and it's killing you.
It's killing me. You're right. I mean, that's why that getting out every day is important. Sometimes I
Yes,
actually get out twice a day just for my walks.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, all right, Mona. Well, we will catch up soon, guys. Make sure you go check out Mona and also go check out Mortgage Boss TV. We'll continue to do interviews and bring you guys some content to try and help you on your real estate. Any questions you got, real estate, mortgage, and we'll continue to bring it out. So thank you again, Mona. You take care.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a
All
good
right,
night.
guys. You guys take care. Go reach out to Mona. All right.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Bye bye.